Dozens are dead in military strikes on military base near Poland by Russia. Wendy Sherman, Deputy Secretary of State, says that this will end very badly for the Ukrainian people. Putin says sanctions that the USA has put in place are like declaring war. Romney says that the USA is fearful of provoking Putin. Mitt Romney says it's time for Putin to be fearful of the USA. Look, I truly feel for the civilians and the families and all the people of Ukraine for the devastation, destruction, and loss of life over this senseless war for the money to keep control and power. I feel it's the same narrative: power and control over the land and the people for power and profit gain for a select certain few, the elite, over the many, the masses of people. The Biden administration has already put $1.2 billion forward in security assistance to help the Ukrainian people defend themselves. Yesterday, Secretary Blinken of Congress recently passed legislation and provided an additional $200 million drawdown for more assistance for the Ukrainian people. But yet, the U.S. and Poland disagree publicly over whether to send fighter jets to Ukraine. So, what is the U.S.'s plan to address China and its plans to work with Russia? Just yesterday, China warned any country supporting Taiwan militarily would face the worst consequences, and no one or no forces would be able to stop the Communist Party if it attacks Taiwan. Has Russia's invasion changed China's calculus when it comes to invading Taiwan? Deputy Secretary of State Wendy Sherman says, I hope China is looking very closely at what is happening, that we have a united world with a very grave and consequential sanctions, and that they see the example of sanctions we put on Russia. She said, we understand and support a one China policy, but we don't believe that China, the PRC, should take Taiwan by force, and we will do anything we can to deter the effort by the PRC. And really, I think, you know, they are watching very closely, and I think they made that statement because they're trying to go, on the offense when they ought to be on the defense. And I say China, as well as the world, is watching more than closely and clearly see the effects, or should I say lack of effects, that sanctions are having on military actions of war. That there is really no deterrent of sanctions in war, just military action, that only a decisive and destructive action of military deployment and authority for order and control of chaos and tyranny, when implemented under sound leadership, proves to give results of resolve. But I did have a question in regards. There's always events or things of happening in the world from day to day. But, not so long ago, what was that? 2019 was when COVID-19 actually came about. Well, before 2019, say 2018, 2017, you know, um, there wasn't any real chaos going on. All of these millions and billions of dollars being thrown all around the world instead of spending one penny here at home makes no sense. If we have all these funds to spend, then we have plenty of money to take care of the homeless, to fix the housing crisis, to fix the employment crisis, to fix medical, to fix economic and systematic structures. We can fix the infrastructures. We can do everything in regards with the amount of money that is continually spent time in and time out for the next. What happened to the US of A?